Hello, it's Real Estate Tuesday, people, and I'm here to drop some knowledge as usual. Hopefully, you've had a great start of your day. Happy to tantalizing, terrific Tuesday. I got so much stuff on my desk. I'm trying to find things. I can't find my mouse, Lord. Um, the devil tried to get me today, but he's not gonna get me because I'm still gonna come on here and do my thing. I got a headache, excruciating headache, but I'm still here doing the thing because this is what I love to do. So I'm going to be talking about how to buy right when it comes to real estate. I feel like sporty spice today with my jumpsuit on today, my jogging suit. Um, I'm probably telling my age. I talk about sporty spice. Anybody remember the Spice Girls? No, I don't know. But yeah, it was sporty spice. I felt, real old school with my they call it track suit or, whatever it is. But I am a realtor. I'm a real estate professional. I'm also an educator. So I'm coming live from the classroom. So it's always great to be here to educate people, change mindsets, let people think in a different type of way when it comes to different things. So this is why I'm here. And even though my head is pounding like right here, I'm still about to do this thing, right? So talking about how to buy right. How many of you, well, let me say this. Drop a one in the comments if you are watching this live. Drop a two if you are new to my live, and drop a three if you're watching a replay. And I really appreciate it. So how many of you are homeowners? You just drop it in the chat. Or, you know, are you an aspiring homeowner? Drop some flames in the chat, in the comments. So, I just want to know, who I'm speaking to. It's always good to know that. Because I'm pretty sure what I'm about to say is stuff that you probably already know, but I wanted to make sure to cover all the things that need to be covered as far as buying right. Last week, I talked about how to buy as like and think like an investor. So I'm going to go back and talk about that as well, along with um, including some other things about purchasing a home because it's part of the American dream, right? You need to know when to buy, when to get prepared to buy, all of those different things. And I am here to do that. So I talked about, the different banks that you can go to last week. I'm going to start with that. So you need to have a relationship with a local bank or credit union. And this is the reason why I say that. They give you, the local banks and credit unions give you the max and the most in the bank out of your book because they want your business, especially if you have established a relationship with them. You have, accounts with them and all of that. They will honor that. And they're looking forward to that. And it's a lot of them are that have the programs that you need in order to purchase a home. So I know in Tennessee, you can get up to 25,000 to purchase a home because I'm a realtor in Tennessee and I'm back in my hometown in Detroit. And here, you can get money as well. I know it's you have up to $25,000. You have if you're an educator or firefighter or public servant, like a police, fire, healthcare workers have their different incentives. So you need to get with these local banks and credit unions to see if you fall in line with one of those categories that you can be able to qualify for the money to purchase a home. So how that works though is that you still will have to have savings. You still have to have savings in order for you to be able to use those programs, first time home buyer programs, um, the what they call them, like the grants. That's what you're looking for. You got grants. Now you have some that you have to pay back. So you have to make sure that you're paying attention to your paperwork, and paying attention to what you're getting and reading that fine print. And if you don't understand it, you need to have a real estate professional, really a real estate attorney, to read over anything because a lot of real estate professionals unfortunately don't know the legal jargon and some of that lender mumbo jumbo either. So it's always good to have attorney. So always look over your contracts, because a real estate attorney, somebody that actually deals in real estate, somebody that actually has properties, somebody that actually owns their own home or has at least owned a home before. So, and you also have real estate professionals, like myself and other people who are well versed in that area as well, because I study, contracts and mortgage contracts and I talk to lenders all the time because I want to know what how to advise my client. So I make sure that I know myself, but it's always good to consult a real estate attorney. Yes, yeah, the one send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook, and I'll send you my number. Well, my number is on my Facebook page. Actually, if you go to my info, it's already there. But I mean, I can send it to you. Just send me a message, not because sometimes I got a headache right now, and then if I get off here, I might forget. So I don't want to forget. But yeah, I would love to help. So, I want to make sure that I know what to do so that I can advise my clients. But I always tell my clients to always consult a professional, um, a real estate attorney is always great. So, with that being said, using those local banks and credit unions are the best because they still have some good rates. Now, I was on a training last week, and I know people are up in arms about the 8% interest rate, right? And yes, that is a lot because when you compare it to people that have 2% or 1% or 3% interest rates. But if you factor in, if you buy right, so when I say that, if you buy a home that has built-in equity, and then you factor in the tax incentives that you get, your rate is going to be between the 3 and 4% anyway, if you buy right. And that's the thing. Everybody wants everything right, already done, shiny and new, right? But sometimes that's not the best way, especially in this economy and the way everything is set up to buy. You want to purchase a home that has built-in equity. One way to do that is thinking like an investor. Where can I find in the neighborhood that I want? Sometimes it's hard, but sometimes, you just have to think outside the box. But where can I find the best home? Well, I should say the ugliest home on the best block. And that's usually how that works. And you want to think of it in that way so that you won't have negative equity or no equity going in because, you know, they're predicting all these different things to try to scare people from buying homes, especially residential. It's two companies, which is actually one company, that is trying to buy up every residential home. And if you don't jump in it, I should say they want to own 90% of residential homes, something high. And BlackRock is one of them. And but there is BlackRock. I can't think of the other one right now. My head is pounding, but they're all owned by the one. They're under one umbrella, so it doesn't really matter. The whole point is for you to tap in before they snatch up all the things, and then everybody will be forever a renter, right? So you gotta buy right. You wanted to be able to do that. So if you are thinking about purchasing a home next month, you have to start now, right? Well, I should say, if you're thinking about buying a home in December, you need to start now. If you're thinking about buying a home in January, you need to start in November. If you're thinking about buying a home in February, you need to start in December. If you're thinking about buying a home in March, you need to start in January. And if you're thinking about buying a home in April, you need to start in February. So it goes on from there. If you're thinking about buying a home in May, you need to start in March. If you're thinking about buying a home in June, which most of the houses will be back on the market and some things will be changing, um, you'll look into start in April. But that's the thing. A lot of people are choosing, excuse me, y'all, to purchase homes when everybody else want to do it. That's when the prices go up. Everybody want to buy a house, and I know people don't want to move in the winter. It's cold and all of that. You get the best deals in the wintertime, though. I had a HVAC, one of my HVAC contractors. He ended up getting a 5-bedroom, 4-bedroom house at this time from the bank for 280,000 because he bought it in December because they were trying to banks want to get those houses off their books. They want to be in the black. So anything that's holding inventory, anybody that's a business owner, anytime you hold inventory and it's not being about not being sold, it makes you lose money. So those banks want to get those houses off off their books before the end of the year. So really the best time to buy is between November and December. So you get the best prices and you can negotiate a lot more. But I know the wintertime, especially up north, what up, though, to all my Detroit people, especially up north where it's snow and it's cold and all of that, people don't want to move. I get it. But you want to buy right. That's one of the ways to do it, is to buy where everybody is not buying. But if you're an investor, you're looking to buy all the time. So let's talk about that. So how do you think like an investor? I got to hurry up and give you something to eat. So I'm not going to be on here long because my head is pounding. So you have to set clear goals. Know the objective of the home that you're buying. So know if you're going to, am I going to stay, is this going to be a starter home, my forever home, a temporary home that I want to use to live in, to fix up, or, so I can, use it as an investment property and move on. What is your goal? You have to have a goal for your home ownership journey. Research the market. Even though you are hiring a real estate professional to help you purchase a home, and a mortgage lender and all those people, make sure that you still research the market for yourself. You should know what's going on in your neighborhood, where's the growth, are jobs coming, are restaurants coming, are landmarks coming, just like in Raleigh and Memphis. I told people, of course I wanted to get sales, because a lady wanted me to help her sell her home in Raleigh. I said, absolutely not sell that house right now, because of the fact that the value is going to go up. And she said, how do you know? I said, they put a whole landmark, a brand new skate park, library, and all of that in the Raleigh area. Anytime they put a landmark, a brand new, especially government structure, and you see businesses moving in, and it's a Chick-fil-A there now. Bojangles was there first, then here comes Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A does not put their stores where there's not economic growth. Period. They know the market. So if you see job growth in the area, that's why Austin blew up, because all those tech firms were going there. If you see job growth, like factories and building, that's what I was telling my friend about his house in Vegas. There is no way you should sell that house. You can be making bank off of that, uh, because of they get the new NBA team. You got the NFL there. They got Formula One. They get it's so many, and the NBA stadium is getting some traction. They're gonna need medical personnel, contractors, architects. All the people gonna have to come in and stay in Vegas for a while to help them build that stuff up. Don't sell like it's growth going on, right? So know what to do. If you can, know the crime rate, know the schools, consider if it could be a rental or a short-term rental. Know your options, or what you can do to turn your real estate into more money for you. Evaluate the rental income. Know how much rent is in your area and how it increasingly goes up. So in Memphis, properties appreciate 1% to 5%, even in down market. So you need to understand how much rent. Rent usually climbs between $20 and $100, depending on the area, right? So you need to know how that potential rent is going to climb. So then you can know the value. That'll help you understand the value of your home as well. Run the numbers. Approach it with a financial perspective. For instance, I have a friend. He said that he was qualified for $689,000. He's a single person without any children. Almost a $700,000 house is a good amount to buy a really big house. He doesn't need all of that though. So even though you can quote unquote afford it on paper, look at the specifics and understand how much it's going to cost to manage that type of home. You're talking about electric, uh, gas if necessary, water, typical maintenance. How because the bigger the house, the more the expense. Because the bigger, the larger the house, the more the roof is going to cost, the more flooring is going to cost, the more windows are going to cost, the more foundation issues are going to cost, the more HVAC system costs because you might have to have 2 units, 3 units, or whatever. So you need to factor in and know your numbers when you're talking about purchasing, and if you can get a return on your investment. That ROI is definitely key, because even though you're buying it as a residential home, you need to know that you can turn that money over. You turn that home over into a profit for you, because your home should not be a liability. It should be an asset. That's something that helps you grow economically, and it grows in equity. So buy below market value, of course. You have to learn how to see the market for what it is. Right now, it's not a lot of houses moving because it's the wintertime. You can get definitely get good deals right now. Definitely get good deals right now. So consider your property appreciation. Know it where you are in your city, in your state. I would say in your county, not state, but city and county. How much does homes appreciate your area? In Memphis, it appreciates 1 to 5%, even in the down market. In Detroit, depending on where you are, excuse me, my head is pounding. Um, Depending on where you are, it all depends. But 1 to 5% is usually typical of appreciation every single year, and you get that back too on your taxes. So think of long term. What are your long term goals? Are you wanting to use this house as a starter home and then become an investment property? You want to leave it to your children so that you can have that rental income to be something that goes into their college fund. That's a whole different story for another day. Make sure that you hire the right professionals. Interview these people. Interview the mortgage lender. Interview your real estate professional. Get an understanding and relationship with them. Know your financing options. I talked about that last week. Know if a FHA, a conventional, a jumbo, a USDA, all those different types of loans. Jumbo loans are usually, depending on where you are loans that are like 600,000 to 700,000 or more. That's depending on where you are. Like if you're in New York and California, of course, jumbo loan is going to be way bigger than that. But it typically is around 700,000 is jumbo loan when you talk about buying a home. But you need to know your options. Do you live in a popular, even though it's the suburbs and it's popping, that population might be under 25,000. You can get a USDA loan. You can, if you find a house that needs some work and you love the bones of it, but don't know what to do, you can get an FHA 203K loan. That'll help you know your financing options and not just leave it up to the mortgage lenders to tell you what your options are. Know what your options are based on your credit, based on your income, based on your population, based on your debt. And do your due diligence, of course. Like I said, interview people, have a relationship with people. Know yourself. Know that you're ready to do this. And also, last but not least, look at the tax benefits. I'm not a tax professional. I've owned a home, so I know what it is. Every year you can get different deductions for your home interest. If you using your home as a home office, you can get that. It's so many different ways that you can use it for taxes. So know these things, right? That's how you buy right. Knowing the numbers, knowing the market, knowing your goals, having the right mentality, knowing your finances. Because if you don't know what you need on your credit report, I can definitely help you with that. Because lenders are looking for a mix of credit, installment loans, and revolving. So installment loans are like your mortgage, your car loan, personal loans. Revolving are the credit cards. But you have to have the right banks on your credit report. That's another thing that the lenders look at. You have to have top tier banks on your credit report, credit unions. The Chase, the Navy Federals, the some people don't like Navy Federal, whatever, but it's still a good bank to have. Credit unions like Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Capital One has come up there, American Express, all of those different well-known companies on your credit report, that they have stricter leaning requirements. I mean, stricter requirements when it comes to their lending. So that's how they know as a mortgage broker, like, oh, if you can get this from this bank, I know that, you can definitely handle this mortgage because this is one of the biggest investments that you're going to make in your life. And you have to look at it as an investment, not because it's something that I want to do because everybody else is doing it, but it's an investment and you have to buy right. So if you need help with your credit report, knowing what you need to look for as far as what your credit report needs to look like, you need credit repair services, you need to learn how to save, how to budget, how to pay off debt, you need a will and trust. I have what you need. So definitely contact me, reach out to me. And I'm about to go. So I give you something to eat and take this medicine because my head is pounding. But I like I said, go back and watch it. I was talking for about 20 minutes. It's time for me to go. I'm gonna come back for Wealth Wednesday though. Come back for Wealth Wednesday. Let's talk about how to grow some money, right? I did my stock class last night, and shout out to Dino Love for hosting that, along with the other mentors with Elroy and Tanika. They are doing a phenomenal job showing us how to play these stocks, and Microsoft. Their earnings is coming out today, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going on with them. So yeah, definitely tap in with me. I can help you with all, if you need financing for your real estate deals and business, I would love to help you do that as well. So any credit needs, real estate needs, funding needs, if I don't have the solution, I know somebody that does, because my network is my net worth. So I will bid you adieu. I'll see you all tomorrow for Wealth Wednesday. Y'all have a blessed day. Looking like Sporty Spice. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, fucking broke. I don't understand how that shit broke. Oh, sorry.